Welcome everyone again to another Change Collective. You've got myself, Matt from Lavo, and my good friend Frischka from Fresh by Frischka. Today we want to take a little bit of a look at the change impact assessment that we looked at last week, but not necessarily from an enterprise perspective. We need to look at it from the individual. So we're scaling it back down. It's very important because obviously if you want people to adopt change, that they understand the change very much in detail themselves. So Frischka, can you give us some clues on how we can make this happen?
Sure. What I wanted to highlight is that, yes, an organization may change. They may be implementing, for example, an enterprise-wide ERP system. But at the end of the day, it's the people within the organizations that bring the change to life. So when you're mapping the impacts of change on an individual, there are actually 10 different elements that should be considered. So that's the location. Has the person's job location changed? Processes, obviously. How do you get from A to B? Is it different in the future state? What are the systems they're changing? The tools, the actual role itself, the compensation, that's always a big one. How performance reviews are conducted, what the reporting structure is, whether there are critical behaviors that are necessary in the new way of behaving, and lastly, what are the mindsets, attitudes, and beliefs that need to change? So by thinking about these 10 elements, it'll give you a very comprehensive approach to mapping out an individual's change impact assessment. And this will go a lot further to getting you that adoption that most people are needing very badly. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, it's very important to go from enterprise down to individual. Make sure you've got all of the areas in between. Scalability is important because, again, to your point, you need to be able to make sure that the individual is able to adopt to the right way of what the new world is. I love those 10. I always live by those 10 myself. And the one big thing, which I had a big green while you were talking, was that compensation. 9 times out of 10, that's missed. It's like, oh, no, nothing going on here. That is a big, significant impact to an individual. Are you changing my pay as a result of this, whatever you're implementing? That being the case, there might be some other conversations that you need to have.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much again, Frischka. And thanks everyone again for tuning in. Stay tuned next week as we'll bring you another Change Collective.